I want a low deductible. That's what I hear from a lot of clients the first time I talk to them about their health insurance. They're very concerned with how low the deductible is on that plan. And if you're not familiar, the deductible is the amount of money that you're required to pay up front for medical services throughout the course of the year before your plan essentially kicks in or starts paying for a percentage of medical procedures. Now, some plans, it could be 100% coverage after you meet your deductible. Others, it could be 80-20, some 70-30, and it even sometimes goes as low as 50-50, where once you hit that deductible, then you're going to split the remaining payments with that company based upon the coinsurance percentage. Now, the deductible is really only 1/3 of what to look for when ultimately trying to protect yourself from the total out-of-pocket exposure that you could be liable for in a catastrophic medical event. The other part of that, and we kind of touched upon it briefly, is the coinsurance. If you do have a plan with coinsurance on it, you're going to be responsible for an additional amount of money after your deductible to pay if you do have a serious medical procedure. Now, that is referred to as the coinsurance limit. So you're going to want to be sure to know what that coinsurance limit is if you do have one, and to add that up to your deductible. Because when you take your coinsurance limit and your deductible, that's going to formulate what we call your out-of-pocket maximum, or basically the worst case scenario. Bottom line, you land in the hospital for a week, you had a couple surgeries performed. What amount of money are you going to be responsible for throughout all those procedures? And that number is really going to be the most important for you to keep track of, because if you don't know what the total big picture is, then you could be unprepared if you were to run into that catastrophic scenario. The idea is that you're going to want to have at least the potential to cover that out-of-pocket maximum if you do run into a situation like that. The other thing you're going to want to keep in mind about when looking to select the right health insurance deductible is you don't want to hit your deductible. You don't want that deductible to be something that is easily achieved. You should never approach the deductible as an amount of money that you could hit comfortably. You want that number to be a little uncomfortable. You want to think to yourself, well, if I really had to, I could cover this amount of money. You don't want it to be an amount of money that you could shoot through within a couple months of the policy. If that is the case, then you have probably selected too low of a deductible and are paying a little bit too much for that health insurance, because the lower you go with your deductible, the higher your monthly payment is going to be. And on the other side of things, the higher you go with that deductible, then the lower your monthly payment is going to be. So that's the way that you're going to have the ability to control the price, and nothing is going to directly affect the price of your health insurance more than the deductible. So it's something that you're going to want to make sure that you do have right, because if you try and overspend on the deductible, then you're going to be struggling to keep the plan around for an extended period of time, and having any insurance in force at the time of need is going to be significantly more important than having a super low deductible for only a couple of months. As I've said before, any insurance plan is going to protect you to some extent and limit your financial responsibility immensely in the event of a catastrophic medical procedure. The ultimate goal when selecting a deductible is to allow it really to select itself. If you are honest with yourself with what you can afford on a month-to-month basis and what you can realistically expect to pay in a worst-case scenario, those two things, if you have the answers to those questions, the plan will really honestly select itself. And you will have done very little, fact-finding, research, whatever, to get that answer. Just those two things will let you know what plan, what deductible, and how much you should spend for your health insurance. After that, it's all just bells and whistles and things that are nice but not necessary. And those are really the things that you're going to want to look for when considering the deductible and what is going to work best for you. So, of course, as always, we do have a blog post on jingolainsurance.com. It is linked in the description, so feel free to click through to that, read, get a little more information on it if you are so inclined. Also, as well, feel free to like this video anywhere you see it on YouTube, whether it's on the social media channels plus wanting it on Google, plus liking it on Facebook, and even sending it out on a tweet or two if you feel compelled. But again, that's your little insurance quick tip for today. I'm Joey Gingola with Gingola Insurance Agency. So long, everybody.
If you're going to live and work in Sweden, then make sure you get a good health insurance plan. For many foreigners going to live there, then it's important you look into this aspect before you travel. Health insurance can be very expensive, so buy the right plan for you. Insurers today offer modular types of health insurance. That means you can build the plan that suits your needs. Insurers allow you to buy the maternity component if that's what you need. They allow you to buy the evacuation and repatriation if that's what you need. So the best trick to getting good value health insurance is just to buy the modules within a health insurance plan that you need. Sweden is a great place to live and work, but it's important to have good health insurance. If you need help or advice on this, then why not come and talk to us?